everybody, Tyler the God 3 here. Welcome back to Pokemon Sun and Moon anime reviews. Today we'll be doing the review of episode 24, and yes, I am aware that I'm several weeks late on Pokemon Sun and Moon anime reviews, and I am playing the game of catch up, so rest assured there'll be a lot of videos coming this way. It's just been like a hellhole these past few weeks, and I am striving to play catch up, but rest assured I am coming back and videos are going to be on their way. But with that said aside, this episode is episode 24. It's titled Alola, the First Visitation Day. This episode revolves around Ash's mom visiting the school for the first time and seeing Ash's progress, and the fact that they say first implies that there'll be several others, although this has been a weird thing with titles several times, so it may change and we may never see Ash's mom again. But even now it's been one more time than we've seen her in Pokemon XY and XY and Z series, and I think it's really nice that Ash's mom shows up in this series, especially given this series' format being part school life anime and comic anime. It puts Ash in these various situations that you wouldn't believe in him to be in when involving with him and his mother, because the two just haven't had enough screen time in order to be together. But other than that, we see that the rest of our heroes, they really don't show off much of their parents except for Sophocles and Lana, and then Kiawe and Mallow for some reason, since their parents have actual jobs, they can't, stick around at the school like the others can. Team Skull causes some mischief, and it is good that Team Skull actually came in this episode, because in a few episodes from now, Team Skull is going to make a comeback. So it's kind of cool to see that, they kept them fresh enough in our minds to know who they are, rather than have them disappear for large bulks of episodes only to not return until, the plot deepens. So then Ash's mom basically comes in, helps the battle. Ash ends up saving the day by using his Z move. Team Skull goes away and the episode ends basically with everybody pitching in and helping, and mom leaving back to the Kanto region. The pros of this episode is the fact that this episode does take the use of all of these characters, mostly with Ash's mother and his Pokemon, and using them into effect, as well as Ash himself. Ash's mother comes to visit, but she isn't squeezing out the life of all of the screen time. The screen time is still focused on her, but she doesn't consume it. In fact, she takes a back seat for several part of the episode, only doing subtle things here and there that definitely give her character a nice touch, mostly with the Litten reoccurring joke of her petting Litten's head and, holding Litten, the way Litten acts when Litten is around Ash's mom, which definitely made for some great interaction between Litten and Ash's mom, which helps develop Ash's mom's character, Delia Ketchum. So that, combined with Ash's way that he decides to come at doing homework, which honestly I think this is the most realistic situation we'll see Ash in, because Ash has never had to do schoolwork before, except for when he took those tests back in the original series. But this is the first time we actually get to see him legitimately do homework and try to cheese his way through it by using Rotom Dex. I mean, look at Professor Kukui and Ash in this particular scene and the way that they look. You would never see Ash in this type of situation if he didn't cheat on tests. You piece of shit, plagiarism is illegal. I should have you expelled for this. Anyway, the episode does a real good job of balancing out Delia Ketchum and Ash Ketchum's personalities. Unfortunately, this is also a downside too, and what I mean by this is that we don't have a lot of moments with Ash and his mom interacting. Most of the moments that end up happening are, oh, we've got this dilemma with Ash cheating on his homework, or oh, we've got this moment with Ash's mom being really well with Ash's Pokemon, to the point where all she does is comment on the side and goes, my boy's grown up so much and he's really good with Pokemon. And or we end up in those moments where it's just like, come here, Litten, let me pet you, even though you were minding your own business. And then at last moment, we have the moment with her battling, which isn't off. I mean, she battled in the original series briefly with Mr. Mime, and then battled again in Pokemon Chronicles to fight Butch and Cassidy. But this was just sort of like, okay, we got nothing left. She briefly fights with Litten. Then Ash comes in, uses a Z move on Team Skull, which he should have done against Team Rocket. That ends the fight automatically, and then it's just over after that. Team Skull, I'm glad that they were here because they show up later on, but literally their formula is, hey, we show up, wreck shit, Ash use Z move, and then we're gone. So that gets a little old and annoying at some points. In conclusion, this episode was really warm, cuddly, and nice feeling. It's definitely a nice episode to reference to when you're looking at Mother's Day, for example, because, you know, it definitely brought out the mothers, more specifically Ash's mom. And in Sun and Moon, we just need moments like this where Ash gets embarrassed at his mom's ear, or just things like that, that definitely bring a more three-dimensional realistic side to Ash that we never quite get to see in the other series because he's constantly on the go. So kudos for Pokemon for that, because not since the original series has Delia Ketchum made frequent appearances in the anime. So honestly, the only thing I miss about Delia Ketchum though is that I wish she had brought the underwear running joke back, but I feel that it's long gone. I'm just saying that having Delia go to Ash and be like, make sure to change your underwear every day, it's just a nice touch, and to see it go away is really upsetting. But with that said, the next episode is titled The Fight Over the Crystal, Team Rocket versus Team Skull. So with that said, I'll see you all then, everybody. Tyrone the God 3 out.